taking care of my son and helping him with his homework, and just being able to do that and not being like, oh, I gotta go pass out, I'm tired. That's really the biggest deal, being able to take on more, so then I'm able to make more money. So
I was carrying my daughter around on my shoulders the other day. She likes to get carried around. She's 63 pounds. And while she's on my shoulders, after, 40 minutes or so of that, like, it's fucking rough. Like, it starts really hurting your neck. You start getting really tired, and I had to put her down. And I was thinking, like, how crazy is that there's a lot of people that just carry that much extra around with them all the time. They're always carrying around an extra 60 pounds. And you don't think it's that much of a deal until you don't have it, and then you walk with it.
Yeah.
And you realize, like, and it's just like, even if it's not that, like, when a kid's sitting on your neck, it's not like the ideal place to carry all the weight. They actually make a thing. There's a company called the Outdoorsman. They make a thing called the Atlas Pack. It's like a backpack frame, but at the back of it is like one of those weightlifting posts. So you could slide an Olympic barbell or a Olympic plate on, and 2 plates. You could put as much as 90 pounds on it, clamp this thing down. And then it's sitting more on your hips. It's way easier to carry. But even that, still, it's fucking sucks, man. Walking around with just 45 extra pounds on your back sucks.
Yeah, just getting, just being like in my mid-30s and being like, oh, my knees are hurting. I never played football. I never did anything like that. My knees shouldn't be hurting.
Right.
And just knowing, I think I had to just change my mindset about, like, before, when I was just doing stand-up to do it and didn't think I was going to be successful, it didn't matter. I was just like, I'm just living for today. Give me free pizza, give me whatever. And then it was like, once things started changing a little bit, I was like, oh, things are happening. I still don't even really know what I'm doing. If I give myself a better chance and take care of my health, take care of my body, let me see how far I can push these gifts, push these skills, And it became more about not wanting to waste opportunities.
That's very cool. That's cool. I like that. So your love of stand-up made you sort of concentrate even more on your own body.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, not your love of yourself, not your love of your body. Like, of course, like, you have to go through, no matter what you do in your life, you're going through it with your body. But it was your love of stand-up. Then you're like, God, I got to do something about this fucking body.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Love of stand-up, love of my son, and love of fashion. And I didn't, when you get to a certain size, all your shirts got dogs on them, and, I don't want that anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it gets, like, you get into that triple XL. Like, I'm happy whenever anybody does anything that benefits their health, whether it's for whatever your motivation. The end result is always good. It's always good, no matter what. Motivation's positive or negative. If you want to prove somebody wrong, or you just want to do better, just have a better path, So it's so attainable for so many people. So many people could at least be way healthier, at least have way more energy, at least, like, understand, like, not that feeling of just being like, ugh, all day. And every time I cheat, like, with burgers and fries and like milkshakes and shit like that, if I really go off the deep end with my diet, I feel like dog shit. I feel terrible. It hits me. I'm like, oh. And then you got to realize, hey, man, this is how a lot of people feel all the time.
Yeah, that's the big deal for me. Is the same thing. Just going off, ate half a burger and was feeling so sick. And then I was like, man, I used to live like this every meal.
Yeah.
And my body, is just a, testament of what your body is capable to adapt to, But once you start going the other way and start really getting healthy, and your body becomes more sensitive to it, you really are like, oh, I prefer not to cheat, You still got to have that balance. You got to have fun.
There's nothing wrong with an ice cream or something like that every now and again, or some sort of a dessert. But they just think that your body has to be accustomed to getting what it needs. That's what it is. And for too many people, they're running on a nutrition deficit. So when your body's just not getting what it needs for long periods of time, then you develop chronic inflammation and all sorts of other problems. And this is what people are really suffering from. They're suffering from a nutritional deficiency that's probably lasted for years. They probably never, some people, they go 10, 15, 20 years without even thinking about their diet, and they're just eating dog shit. You're just eating stuff that doesn't have enough nutrients, and your body just starts to get weaker. There's no way around it. And if you just turn that, start eating salads, eating healthy fish and some healthy meat, and just take some vitamins. Just take some vitamin supplements. Real simple. It's not. You just get yourself some multivitamins. Get yourself like a little thing of Athletic Greens or something. Like get your fucking health online. And once you do, you'll be like, oh, I feel so much better. This is all I had to do, and I'm this person now?
Yeah. Mentally so much better, much clearer, much happier.
Much happier. It's so hard, though, because we love mouth pleasure. Like, but to the point where people are poisoning their bodies to get mouth pleasure.
Yeah, and it's just, constantly pushed in your face. Everybody always knows. We talk about it all the time, cheeseburgers 50 cents, salad like $5-6, is you have to make that effort. You have to be able to want to cook at home, and it's not made easy, and that's what I think we become as a society less cool and less appreciative of effort,
Yeah, but there's something really annoying about people that want you to eat healthy.
Yeah. That too. Get off your high horse.
Get the fuck out of here. If you're sitting there and you're having a burger and fries and enjoying the shit out of it, and some asshole next to you's got kale with shaved pecans and they're talking shit about your diet while they're pouring fresh olive oil on top of their shitty salad. Come on, man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone while I enjoy something gross.
Yeah, to each their own.
But I think as long as the majority of your diet is really healthy, then you can get in those fuck off days. It doesn't matter. Your body will bounce back. Mm-hmm. Just don't put it in a deficit. That's the whole key.
And that's where I've been coming from, and that's why I have to keep reminding myself, because I get frustrated when I'm out like these parties or whatever and see food everywhere and crafts everywhere, and I'm like, I have to stay focused on this diet, because I'm like, I'm 36 now, and I want to make sure that I'm at my healthiest, and I return this deficit when I'm 40, because when the natural aging process kicks in, I don't want to be like kicking off still being 230 to 220 pounds. I want to be like 200 and be able to coast and be a hot old man.
Hot old man. Yes. Because it's also way easier to maintain.
Competition's less.
True. Yeah. It's way easier to maintain too than it is to, like, if you're in your 50s and then you start working out. Then it's hard, man. Mm-hmm. It's really hard. Like, it's hard for me when I get out of shape. Like, if I get hurt or something like that and I take a couple weeks off, you feel it. Like, whoa, it's way harder to bounce back. Way harder, like twice as hard as it was when I was younger. Like, you got to be disciplined. You got to stay on the horse.
Yeah.
Stay on the horse.
That's what I've been trying to do now is, I think, when you're younger, 20s, teens or whatever, you don't want to listen to anybody saying those things. And now I'm like, I'm starting to listen when someone I know, more of my friends are 50 or older, and they're like, hey, you need to do this now, because one cheat meal for me is 2 weeks of work.
Yeah. Do you do anything like athletic that's fun? Like that's one way to get good workouts in. Like if you play a game, you like tennis. Mm-hmm. Tennis is very fast paced. People like doing that. Gives them good like Callan's into tennis. Boxing, Callan's into boxing too. Like anything. I mean, you don't even have to box a person. Mm-hmm. I don't recommend you do. But just hitting a bag, it's really satisfying too.
Yeah, I've been interested in getting into boxing. I tried some pro wrestling for a little bit. I went to a pro wrestling school for a few months. Yeah.
What about? Have you ever thought about actual grappling, like taking jiu-jitsu or?
I thought about it, but it seemed like I would get hurt easily.
Well, you could, but you're a smart guy. I think you'd figure it out pretty quickly. It's a very unusual thing, because you think of people, like if you thought of someone who does jiu-jitsu, you think like a jockish type person. Mm-hmm. But the majority of them that are really good are really nerds.
Yeah, I've met a couple people, and they're all like, they're similar to me. They're just kind of like the other side of me, where it's like, oh, you like comic books and video games too? You just beat people up.
Well, they don't beat people up. They strangle them. They get them in arm bars. But when I say nerd, I mean it with all due respect. That they're, because I'm a nerd in a lot of ways with some things, but they're very like jiu-jitsu geeks. They're like people that are obsessed with anything else, whether it's music or video games, or they become obsessed, but they're doing it in this physical way that requires you to have a deep understanding of all the potential moves. It's very complicated in terms of like your ability to, when you're rolling with someone, like say if I roll with a guy and I know he's like a brown belt or a black belt or something like that, we're having an argument, like it's like a conversation with techniques, and the more of a vocabulary you have, and the stronger your use of those words are, particularly the basic words, the better your chance of winning the argument. That's what it's like, almost like this really complicated debate with physical leverage and
Does that
choking and
translate to
strangling.
your comedy? Because I feel like that kind of reminds me of your style.
It definitely, like, it's like a lot of what I try to do is like figure things out in a joke form, right? I try like, what? Why is that? What's that? So, and that, like, that's what I've been trying to do over the last few years, I think. So in that sense, it is kind of similar. That's because you're trying to figure something out. Like it's like a puzzle. Like I know there's some juice in this puzzle. Like how do I turn this into a bit? Why do I think this is funny? Like what do I think I can say out of this that's funny, and also people go, oh yeah, huh? You know, and if I could do that, so in that sense, yeah, it's kind of like but it's very it's humbling. It's very humbling because you're getting strangled, and you just
You're losing power.
you also just know, like my instructor is John Jock Machado. He's this very famous jiu-jitsu black belt world champion, super nice guy, like one of the nicest guys on the planet. But every time I grapple with him, it's just like it's a matter of time before he catches me with something. It's not whether or not I'm ever going to catch him. That's not going to happen. It's just a total different world. And a lot of that is his deep knowledge and understanding something. And you being a smart guy, I think you'd get into it, especially because you love pro wrestling. So it's like at least you have a mindset for watching guys do things to each other and manipulate each other, which is half of what's exciting about pro wrestling, right? Some guy pulling off some crazy move. Even if it's orchestrated, it's still a crazy thing that these guys are pulling off on each other.
Yeah, I mean, I like that more because then I'm like, oh, they're friends and they work this out together.
My problem is that I know they're getting hurt and then not even really fighting, right? I mean, they're hitting each other for sure. They're doing things to each other and slamming each other. It's all real. But those guys get banged up, and they do it way more. So if you're watching a guy who's fighting in the UFC, they have practices that they can control. So if they know that they have a hurt, back or a hurt foot, they'll put shit and instant pads on. They won't kick. They'll do things where they work around whatever injury they have when they're in the camp. You can't do that when dudes are throwing you. You got a bad back and some guy's fucking picking you up and bang.
Well, they will, they'll adjust what moves they will do. But I do really like your point about at least they can take some time off.
They can definitely adjust. I'm sure. Yeah, they can definitely make an agreement with each other. Hey, don't slam me. My back is fucked. But those guys get beat the fuck up. Talking to Dallas Page and Jake the Snake, two guys that I've had on the podcast, they were amazing, and especially Jake's story is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
When he tells you his story, and what a nice guy. Big, giant, nice man. Like, just genuinely friendly and happy that everything's going well for him now. Crazy. But that's a rough business, is my point. Like, I'm way rather, like, real grappling. Like, I feel like real grappling, for, like, if I was going to tell a person, like, what would be safer for your body, I think pro wrestling's harder. I think it's harder on you.
I can see that.
Dude, they get slammed. You watch some of that stuff. Like, knowing what you know now about brain damage and knowing what you know now about that it's not even concussions necessarily as much as it's subconcussive trauma that doesn't knock you unconscious but just rattles your fucking head, and the repeated impacts of those. Yeah. Those guys are getting that all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, no, I go back and sometimes I watch some older wrestling, and it really makes me cringe because you got a lot of guys taking all these chair shots straight to the face.
Straight to the face.
Yeah, I saw Ken Shamrock take this one to the head that sounded like a gunshot. It was crazy.
Yeah. Dude, what is it about people getting smacked in the head? Tom Segura's been sending me these Russian slap championships, these videos. Have you seen this shit?
Yeah.
Oh my God, these guys stand in front of each other and smack each other in the face, full clip. But some of them are doing a terrible job. They're hitting with their fingers.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of fingers.
They're getting fingers. And then there's other guys that are basically doing like a ridge hand strike to your neck. They're clipping guys on the chin like this, and they follow through it. It looks like a slap, but this is not a slap. This is like a karate chop.
Mm-hmm.
They're like going like that to the head, and then it turns. I mean, it's way harder. And then some guys are they're doing like a boss root and palm strike. They're hitting like this. They're doing like a right hook to the head like that. It's brutal. Guys are getting knocked unconscious.
I like to see it, but just with like older black moms.
There used to be the dumbest thing ever. It was called like X Arm, and they would tape these guys' arms together and let them have an MMA fight.
What?
It was an MMA fight / arm wrestling competition, and they were taped together. It sounds so stupid you can't imagine that not only was it real, but that the guy who created it was one of the original creators of the UFC. Like, it's such a crazy idea. They just went for it, man. Look, they taped these people together. Their arms are taped together. They can't even move away. And then when they say go, they start fighting. Come on. And they get in arm bars. This guy fucks this guy's arm up. Dude, he broke his arm on the table. 100%. If that guy keeps pulling on that thing, he gets his arm snapped.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if he actually broke it right there, but if the way the leverage of that table, look at that guy's getting kicked in the fucking head while he's tied to that guy's arm. It's crazy. Pin his arm. Pin his arm or KO him to win. What? Didn't work. I mean, it didn't last.
No, I can see why.
This is how crazy people can get.
I love it.
Dude, but that's real. And this is the other one, chess boxing. This is a legit one, too. I think they box first, and then they play chess, right?
I think it goes back and forth.
They keep going back and forth?
Yeah.
That's a good move. But seriously, if you get KO'd...
They had to take the thing out of the ring.
What if you get KO'd? Do you win?
Yeah,
if you win at
is
chess?
it either one?
Yeah. Like, if you win at chess, but you get flatlined in 30 seconds. Whew.
That's also be really fun if there's people who are horrible at fighting but really good at chess.
Yeah, and they would just lay down.
Yeah.
Like, you win this part.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the chess. I know you guys suck at chess. Why do they have headphones on?
Focus.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really? While they're playing chess?
Don't wanna
like
hear-
to
don't wanna hear the
drown out
crowd.
the crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because people probably say, Knight 2, Rook 2.
Yeah. It looks like the fight was first, yeah. Because they were sweating.
By the way, Knight to Rook 2 probably isn't even a real move. I just said some numbers and some letters. I don't understand anything when it comes to playing chess out loud. I was friends with this guy that was in prison. Mm-hmm. And in prison, he learned how to play chess with his words, with it just in his head. And he was at this place that we used to play pool at in White Plains, New York. It's called Executive Billiards, like a classic old school pool hall. I think it's done now. I think they just closed it down or something like that. Maybe they're renovating or something. But this guy was playing with this kid who was like a world champion chess player. And this kid would come by and play pool, this really young kid, like 15, 16 years old. And the two of them were sitting there playing chess with each other. Like just saying, knight to queen 2 or, whatever the fuck it means. And the guy would stand there and go, rook to 6, blah, blah, blah. And they would go back and forth like this. And I was like, what are you, like I'm imagining what they're seeing. Like what are they seeing in their head? Are they seeing like these things move around in 3 dimensions? Are they looking at it as a grid? How are they keeping track of where their fucking pieces are? It was humbling, very humbling.
No, that's a strategic mind that I do not have.
Well, it was interesting to me, too, because as a very young man, I think I was like 23 or 24, I got to see how fucking smart this guy was, yet he still wound up in prison. So I was like, okay, all right, just because someone's a criminal doesn't mean they're stupid, and just because someone's smart doesn't mean they won't go to jail.
Absolutely.
Those are 2 things I saw talking to that guy. And he was in the middle of a game once. And he was gambling with this guy. And this is the guy from prison who was like super smart guy, very sharp guy. And he was talking to the guy who was playing. He said, dude, my wife told me if I don't get home by 10, she wants a divorce. And 10 o'clock rolls around, and he yells out, I guess I'm getting a divorce. It was like 2 hours later, and he just racks the balls. He was there till like 2 o'clock in the morning. But it was hilarious. He said, like, as they started playing, my wife says if I don't come home by 10. Those are weird times, man. Growing up in like a suburb of Boston, which was like a really nice place. I grew up in this place called Newton, like real quiet, quaint little community. To go from that to like these seedy pool halls of New York was really weird for me. Very, very educational. I got to see all these like street hustlers. I got to hang around with these guys, be friends with a lot of homeless guys. Like I had guys that were like pool players that wound up staying on my couch. They had nowhere to go, you know, a couple of them. And one of them who became my best friend, this guy named Johnny. But it was like I'd be in all these weird places gambling. Like these weird, strange places with these guys who were like these semi-professional players playing for hundreds, thousands of dollars. And there'd be a big crowd of guys all gathered around. It'd be 1, 2 in the morning. And I'd be thinking, these guys, these are older than me, men. Like, they don't have families. Like, what do they do? Like, this is a whole separate culture. You know, and
You were in the underworld.
Oh, it was in a lot of ways, man. A lot of ways it was very underworldy. I was obsessed with it too, man. I just wanted to play pool all the time. I wasn't very good. But the guys I was around were very good. I was around a lot of guys who were very, very good. And you got to see like the excitement of these. It was like, it wasn't just excitement that everybody was gathered around and that they were playing this game for a lot of money. It was also the excitement that we were bending the rules. We're all just a bunch of men hanging out at this smoky place at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. And everyone is in it together. We're all just in some way deranged derelicts. You know, some weirdos from society that can figure their way to be able to be at this place at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday. Like, why the fuck are you here, man? Like, don't you have responsibilities? No one there had any responsibilities. Everyone there was some sort of either a professional gambler, or they had, like, one of the guys was a fireman, who they would put him on these 24-hour shifts, and then he would have a couple days off and just come to the pool hall and hang out, watch guys gamble.
So, I mean, it sounds similar to stand-up. You know?
Oh, yeah, man.
Just Land of Misfits.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I fit in there from stand-up, you know, like doing stand-up from 21 and then being around these pool hall guys when I was like 23 or 24. I was like, oh, you guys are like my fucked up friends that I like. It's like too many people out there think that there's like only one way to live your life. Like there's a bunch of ways to live life. There's a lot.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of worlds.
And everybody wants you to think that their way of living life is the way you should go about it. It's real tricky because they all want like this sort of confirmation bias. They want you to confirm. It's more like a confirmation desire. They want you to confirm that they're doing the right thing. If you listen to them, then you become happy, and you know they come up to you and they go, "Hey man, I'm really, really excited that you told me how to do it this way, because now I'm just living my life much better. Thank you very much." Like, people love to hear that. Like, yeah, I'm right then. I am living my life the right way. It's not the right way.
No,
Be
so
nice to
many
people.
paths.
Keep
Yes.
moving.
Be nice, be positive, work hard, and do what you want. Man,
Keep moving.
I would have never got here if I listened to people, you know?
It's impossible. They don't even know what they're saying. People give you advice when they're absolutely not sure of what they're saying. They just say they practice on you. Sometimes people give you advice and it's real. Sometimes people have great advice. Sometimes people really mean well. And sometimes people are just practicing.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well, in general, how can anyone give you advice that doesn't relate to something that happened to them, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're only going by their life experience. So that was one thing I learned from Chris Jericho, another wrestler, where he was just like, you don't listen to unsuccessful people because they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Why would they tell you? Of course they're going to tell you can't do it because they couldn't do it. A successful person will tell you can do it. Most people I know, like if you tell someone that, hey, I want to go try comedy, you know, if you have the balls to get up there and do it, they're going to support you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And there's plenty of those people out there. On both sides. There's plenty of people out there that will give you good advice and really care and, you know, want you to do well in your life. And there's plenty of people that don't want to see anybody doing any better than them, and they're not doing that well. There's a lot of that. That's a sickness that we got to forgive people for. Because I had it when I was a young man, for sure. And I think many of us struggle with it. It's one of the things that made me realize that I was looking at stand-up the wrong way in terms of like other people's stand-up. I was looking at other people's stand-up as like a comparison to mine. In that I was judging like who's the best, who's doing better, who's this, who's that. And then I realized like that is so stupid. Like I should just be a fan of comedy and do comedy. And so I shifted the way I thought about it. So instead of like when I would see someone killing, I'd be like, God, I wish I thought of that bit. Or God, he's doing so good. Shit, now I have to follow him. Instead, somewhere along the line, I got to a place where you're like, this is great. This is funny. Like, I love the fact that this guy's funny. Now I can become a fan of comedy again.
Yeah.
Instead of like being wrapped up in my own creation of it and producing my own stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've been on a similar journey. I was very competitive, but maybe a year or two ago. And getting in a relationship that I'm in now has been very helpful because she's a big fan of comedy and she always wants to watch comedy. And so then I'm always like, okay, I have to just not be, I just have to enjoy these people too. Because you're right. They're great. And I had to learn, like, I don't want everybody to be doing the comedy that I'm doing, or I'm not special.
Yeah.
I want to see all these different types of styles. I mean, the fact that me and you are in this room together and we both respect each other's comedy, and our comedy worlds apart and different, you know? Just two completely different styles, but we both respect each other because we both know that we're authentic in what we do. You know? If I was to try to be like you, that would make no sense.
And if I was trying to be like you, people would go, what's going on, man? What are you doing up there?
Joe smoked too much.
You're a different dude. You need to slow down, man. You moving
He's got
on
a lot calmer.
Are you on like that, what is that stuff? Kratom? Remember that Kratom shit? A lot of people are on that Kratom. No, I respect the fuck out of you, man. And I respect your process. You know, you're, like we were talking about it as a art form, as this structure based, you know, like you structure things, you know how to set things up. It's so important, and we don't have anyone to tell us how to do it. We have to kind of like learn from each other and learn from the greats of the past that we can, you know, we could watch. But it's in a lot of ways, it's sort of an undocumented art form in terms of the creation of the art form. And part of the problem is that everybody has their own way of doing it. Like, that's why I asked you, like, do you write down? Do you type? Do you just have some of the best just have ideas and they don't write shit? And then they go on stage a lot, and then they work those ideas out when they're on stage, and they work those ideas out in their head, and they keep everything in their
But it's a whole list of you might be a child of the 80s.
Child of the 80s.
A lot of us grew up in the 80s.
That's true.
That was...
That's why are you laughing at that, Sam?
A lot of us grew up in the 80s.
You said us.
A lot of us grew up in the 80s.
You should have said a lot of you grew up in the 80s. Not a lot of us.
God.
I was officially a teenager in the 80s.
You were grown up.
I was officially a teenager in the 80s.
But the thing is
That
not
a lie.
The bit is not where you. It said, were you a child of the 80s?
Were you did the U.S. government classify you as an adult?
Which you most certainly were not. A child of the 80s.
Yeah.
I barely was.
80s.
Oh, Jim's angry.
I was surprised Jim wouldn't do it.
Why?
He never does
Jim,
that.
he doesn't
he
get
never does
He wouldn't
that.
do anything like
No,
that?
he's not going to do that unless he's paying you.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless he's giving you $5 on a fucking nightstand.
Joe, were you creeped out that Eric was so quick to be like, I'll sniff those?
That you can't go, look, let's make a deal, or
None.
hey, please, I have a family.
Like these are guys
Doesn't
that
matter.
could chop the arms off a kid like easily.
I guarantee you could show them an iPhone. They'd be like, "What is that?"
What?
is
Okay,
that?
give me that. You can go free.
And then you give it to him, and they cut your fucking dick off and shove it in your face.
I need more.
You give them the iPhone, they would look at it, and they would go, "This is the jungle," and they would throw it in the mud and cut your
Yeah,
fucking
it
arm
doesn't
off.
matter. iPhone, schmy phone,
Yeah.
they would say.
My phone?
AT&T, the reception here is no good either.
You tried to give me AT&T phone?
Does this have the apartheid app?
Yeah, why is Whoopi in the back
Oh, man.
so pissed off?
The guy is bored. There's a
through this
guy
a little
sitting
bit.
there that's just bored because he's not ripping someone to shreds
I know.
at that moment.
But
Do
those
you
are
ever-
the guys. Those are the guys
Yeah.
that commit those fucking crimes.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he really is like. Did you guys ever think there's more to life than just cutting these kids' lips off, man?
He's the Joe DeRosa of the group. Come on, man.
Is this it, dude? Is this it, Bob?
Yeah, well, let's listen to a little more of his wonderful speech.
Happened in Uganda. Museveni he went in the village and he cut the ear of the people, telling to the people that that thing was done by LRA, which is not true. I cannot cut the ear of my brother. I cannot kill the eye of my brother. I cannot kill my brother. That is not true.
Are you saying that the LRA have never been involved in any abductions, any mutilations, any rapes?
Yes.
They've never been involved.
LRA has never been involved.
That's good enough for me.
I
This
believe him.
humongous seems like a reasonable man.
But isn't he a soft-spoken guy and a character? Like, no, I could not do that to my brother. And
He's like a movie guy.
you know who he is, right? They kidnap fucking kids and make them fight in the rebel. They are brutal, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking brutal.
I thought that was
It's
a
like
new
the-
show on Comedy Central.
Yeah, but now this is like the big cause that's going on now is to kind of make such awareness of this guy that he has nowhere to hide. He gets captured and brought to justice for his war crimes. And it's like the new cause everyone has. Fuck Occupy Wall Street. Fuck Darfur. It's all about this guy now.
They'll get him.
Yeah?
Because what would happen is, as the more interest it grows, the reward, and he doesn't have religious fanaticism like Bin Laden had. The more the reward grows for him, because there will be a reward eventually.
Yeah.
So one of his own guys will just kill him.
You think?
Yeah, or absolutely. Bin Laden's bodyguard, one of his bodyguards, turned on him, I think. Or I know Khalid Muhammad. Those guys even turn on each other. So these guys absolutely would for the right amount of
Oh,
money.
yeah, these guys, forget about it.
Get
I
the
don't
fuck
think
out of
there's much
Uganda
loyalty.
for U.S. dollars.
Oh, man.
They're sitting in the jungle.
Yeah.
Then nobody wants to hang out in the fucking jungle all day and listen to him talk in his soft voice.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a very organized operation. It looks like when you would play like Guns in the Woods when you were
Yeah.
kids. So it gets, I
I
can
swear-
imagine not that hard to.
It looks exactly like when I used to go out to Coram to play paintball. It actually looks like a negative of when we used to go out to Coram to play paintball.
It's COD. That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's COD. Those are the guys you fight.
Oh, and you know which map it is. And it is. That's exactly who you're fighting on that map.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken.
These guys are fucking scary, dude. They are scary
yeah.
fucking
Because they all
guys,
have
man.
different uniforms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Those are the scary people when they all have different uniforms.
Yeah, they have the desert uniform, but one guy has the fucking Navy SEAL water camo.
Yeah, they're in the middle of the jungle with desert camo.
Yeah, he's got the camo that Salt and Pepper had in one of their videos. It's like fluorescent yellow.
Vietnam tiger camo, and another guy's just wearing a fucking Yankee hat.
Yeah. Where's the general? He's the guy in the Hawaiian shirt. Oh, wow. That's horrible. Juggling clits. Could you zip through this a little bit? Just we don't even have to listen to it. We can just look at it.
I kind of like this guy's little diatribe.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, what's he drinking? Oh man, they have old weapons
There's
that
a saw.
Yeah. Oh man, who's gonna play him in the movie?
Jesus Christ.
Somebody from the Wire.
They'll probably get Denzel.
Yeah.
Gussy him up a
Look
little
at that
bit.
guy. Look at that guy.
That
with
guy
the
has
fucking
no soul in his eyes whatsoever.
none.
I think that guy was my roommate when I first moved to New York.
Oh boy. Yeah, these people.
We're zipping through this.
He's wearing rain boots.
Wait, yeah, stop. They're all three of them wearing rain boots, and this guy's got a beret that doesn't match his outfit.
One guy has an Ocean Pacific shirt on.
They're all dressed like they live in the East Village.
One guy's reading Wired magazine.
wearing Urban Outfitters spring line.
But you can tell the guy in the middle is like one of the muckety mucks because he's got like the beret on. And then
like
he's
the guy
got
from What's Happening.
Yeah, it's Raj. Hey, we're gonna cut your clits off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait till Mama sees you cut my clit off.
Shirley, I'll take a grape soda and a noseless baby boy.
He has a watch on, a cheap Timex. And for what?
And
You're in
he
the
probably-
jungle.
he probably doesn't- He probably doesn't dress like that normally. It was probably just for the cameras. Give me a blue shirt. I want to wear a blue shirt. He wants to look more like a regular dude.
Yeah.
He probably wears camo for real.
Not quite military. Yeah, because if he's dressed like a general, you're thinking he's killing people. He's got a map. Look at that horrid map. Is that a triptych from AAA?
We're using 3D images in the back. It's like this guy has a map. He has a map from mobile.
1 inch is 1,000 miles.
Go into mobile, get map.
You know what's really funny? You guys talk about augmented reality and like Terminator glasses. Like literally, look at the end of it. It really says Uganda Traveler's Map.
Traveler's Map.
Yeah, and it's the guy's hand who owned it is still attached to it. Yeah, and they're like, "Where are we going?" Something.
Chip
sucks.
right? Oh my God. Yeah, they're going over the map for some reason. And then what these village elders he's talking to? Now he's looking bad.
It's a comedy show. They're
He's
gonna
got like a Starfleet hat on. Oh God.
They're negotiating for peace. These are people that they're talking. I guess they're all.
Oh, that's good. So the one side, it's just old people in regular, like, ratty clothes, and then there's the guys in the camo with the guns.
Turn that a little bit this way.
Who wins the
facial
peace?
attack. That's good. That's good. I can't stop looking at that guy with his hand under his chin, who has a really weird dreadlocks that almost look like fucking white guy hair.
Yeah.
It's not that long.
Look at that shit.
Look at them. Go back on that man's face. Look that right there. Who has to talk to this guy when he's and talk your way out of being murdered by that guy?
Oh, there's nothing you could say.
There's nothing you're going to say that's going to move that guy.
I would just take the 1,000,000,000 shot with a Jedi mind trick. You don't want to kill me. Because, that's all that's going to work if anything works.
Yeah, but you never know, though. Do you ever see in the movies one little thing like that? Star Wars? Hey, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
That's their favorite movie.
Yeah, they're like, you Star Wars.
And they just
and you just start doing lines with each other.
They
like
make you
lines from the
reenact
movie.
it every night.
Yeah,
like in Tropic Thunder.
And you do it. Yeah, like Tropic Thunder, yeah.
Some New York Times reporter was held by the Taliban, and one of the ways, to amuse them, he would act out Beatles songs. They would we love, she loves you, yeah. Like, and he would do that, and he would just sing and dance, and he amused the Taliban. He's a Times reporter.
Do you understand, if he did that, do you understand what I would do?
Oh, man.
I would just be pushing my dink in and out and go, look, flower grows. I have a vagina. Woo.
You'd be like, oh, that reminds me, let's cut it off. It would never
take
work.
around 45 minutes. It keeps going back in like a turtle's head.
It's got its own defense mechanism, yeah.
That fucking face.
They just look badass, and they're wrapped in ammunition.
Jesus Christ.
These are just guys that are just posing with their guns.
Here's the deal, though. We could go in and take those guys out in 20 minutes.
Really?
I mean, come on.
Didn't
Those
work in
guys have
Afghanistan,
that's
did it?
that's all their fucking ammo right there. What he has around his neck. That's all he has is one, and then he's out.
I don't get how this guy became like the main guy. Like he looks like a fucking assistant high school basketball coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he looks like somebody's dad, and then but everybody else is so much scarier. And you'd think one of those crazy fucking guys.
Just think, he's the guy that leads those motherfuckers. So he's
does
got
look
some.
Do you know how deceptively fucking vicious he is? Because he's smiling, and again, he's soft spoken.
Yeah.
But that guy probably has the worst heart of all of them.
He kind of looks like the who's the guy that hooked up with Florida Evans after James died?
Oh, I don't remember.
JJ?
Kind of looks like that. No, she didn't hook up with JJ.
He looks like the butler from The Fresh Prince.
The second.
Yes, he does.
Who's this guy?
Coney.
Will.
Oh, Coney. You killed Michael. You cut Michael's nose off, Coney.
Michael was such a douche.
Oh,
little Michael.
my little militant.
Oh, I fucking hated him.
It's Black Jesus, Mama. Black Jesus. Here we go.
Yeah, that kid with that like most annoying younger sibling on a sitcom ever. Next to D on What's Happening.
D was really annoying.
At least she was funny. She would have those mean lines.
Yeah.
I enjoyed D.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Yeah. So that's Coney, the big cause these days. And
Look that look.
oh
buddy.
man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Jim's angry.
I was surprised.
Central or some job.
Wow, he'd really have to make up for some evils to get that
I
gig.
don't like alternative. I like high energy.
Where is Robert Kelly? I like his humor.
He dance, big fat man dance.
Well, jeez.
Lose weight?
I lost a little bit. I don't like that he hit me with a nice fat one, and then he goes, "Did you lose weight?"
Lose weight? Did
He
you?
hit me and he hurt me, and then he hugged me.
He
Like an
hit me and
abusive
hugged
husband.
me. What are you working on? Because everybody here is working on the points, the Weight Watchers points.
I'm on the South Beach, and I actually started working out again. I went back to the gym last week in Minneapolis. Usually that, I fucking hang myself on the fucking Crown Royal.
Oh, pumping some iron.
Yeah, the gym, fucking gym, man. It's just there's no way around it. I was talking to him about it. You got to go back and sit on that stupid treadmill.
Yeah.
And go up and down and up and down. And there's a guy next to me just running. He's like in his 50s.
You just hear that shit on the treadmill,
Yes.
and you're just guilty because you're going.
I'm going.
All right. Guys pounding away on the fucking treadmill.
It's just, but then they look over at you, and if I'm looking at your speed and I'm looking at how fast, I know you're looking over at me. Because when I was in shape, I would look over at fat people and be like, come on, push it up a little, try a little,
You're wasting
kid.
your time.
Yeah.
Wasting your time. And then they're fucking like straight up and down, perfect running form.
Like gazelles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, because there's no mercy like in something like that. Like if you're in good shape, physical shape, you have to be so regimented and fucking Nazi-like about it that I feel like you have to hate people out of shape because it's always a fucking cheeseburger away. You know what I mean? Like, you get in that groove and you're eating the Sprouts and the fucking working out and all that stuff. And the day that you go, fuck it, I'm going to get KFC today, it just falls the fuck apart,
Because
man.
you don't go back. One fucking burger isn't going to do shit to you. You could go right back to your bean sprouts and stuff and not be affected in the least.
Right.
But for some reason, when you fuck up, you go like, well, I fucked up. I might as well just keep fucking up.
No, it is though. It's when your mouth is clean, when you're not eating shitty and the sodium and you don't crave that carb and the sodium, and then all of a sudden you have it, you want it.
You remember how great it was.
Yeah, it's that carb and salt and fatty.
It reminds you.
I'm having such a hard fucking time getting back to a good eating regimen because of that fucking cruise.
And you're
you know what I
happy.
did the other day? there was a Ange who I could fucking strangle sometimes. She buys delicious treats for the house, and she brought over a coffee cake. Fucking coffee cake. I didn't even get a knife out to cut a piece off. I opened up the box. My hand was like a spatula. I fucking cracked a corner off, and I'm just eating it.
Hey, are you talking to me like that surprises me? Bob was shocked that you opened the box.
First of all, Bobby just looked at me the way Alkies look at each other in a meeting when somebody's having a good share.
But here's the thing: is everybody in this room, like all of us except for Sam, is
Like
we're
women,
fatties.
I mean,
we're all fatties. But you used to be a fatty.
No, I was never a fatty.
But you had some.
I was way out of shape.
Yeah,
is what it was, and I was definitely
Yeah, you get out of shape, and you love. I've been to your house. Your house, I'd be a mess. And the older you get, and this is true too, you get money. When you get money, when I was in my 20s,
treats.
I couldn't afford.
The coffee's spilled on your belly.
A black shirt with just coffee spilled on it.
He's talking, dude.
How's this?
Got your coffee on your shirt.
The joy you just brought, Anthony.
Fantastic.
I was going to the gym yesterday, and I looked down, and I only have like 2 shirts that fit me to go to the gym.
No.
I looked down. There's egg yolk on my shirt. There's just egg from me eating, and you can't get egg. It was already dried, so it's like you got to chip it off with your fingernail. I hate them.
Yeah, it's so hard.
But I don't think I've ever. I think I've always taken the time to get a knife out and cut a little block of coffee cake, and then I realize and then as I'm eating the coffee cake, I'm looking around for something else to fucking eat.
Dude,
what is that?
I do. Do you plan your meal? I plan my meals out. Like when I'm gonna have a real fat ass day, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking eat tacos for dinner, so I can't eat any red meat for lunch. All right, we're gonna go fried chicken at lunch.
You justify the whole
tacos
thing.
at dinner, and if I know, and then I'm like I want to. I really say to myself, but if I eat this now, what am I gonna eat at 11:30 p.m.? And I have to figure it out. Like
thinking that far ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to eat barbecue chicken now because then I won't be able to eat something sweet later. I really, it's fucking terrible.
Do you
man.
understand the amount of food I can actually eat is so impressive to even me. I can fucking stuff my fat face.
Yeah.
I can sit down. Like I'll get a burrito, and my wife will get the burrito, and we'll get chips, and we'll get all the shit. And you got me hooked on those fucking lime tortillas.
Tostitos, lime Tostitos.
This fucking Satan brought lime Tostitos to my house.
How are they?
I can't stop eating them.
They're the best thing ever.
Oh.
Your stomach, it's like you impress it. I think it's like the boss on Mad Men going, Draper, I don't know how you do it. You impress me every time.
I can put it away. Yeah. I can put food I can eat a whole pizza. And chicken wings and like chips, like a bag of chips.
Oh boy!
You can't talk food around this guy.
Oh boy!
What's what the fattest assest thing I ever did was I think was in front of Bobby. I was at his house, we were podcasting, and I started shaking, and I was like, I'm so fucking hungry, dude. I haven't eaten. And I went over going, I'm on a diet. Dawn had made like apple cake, and I'm like, I'm not eating any of that fucking cake, man. I'm on a diet. I'm good. Dude, an hour went by. I was like, I'm starving. I got up. I was taking pieces of cake and dunking it into a tub of butter.
No fucking way.
I swear to God. And he's going, you fucking piece of shit.
Why were you dunking it in butter?
Because it was delicious. What do you mean, why?
Because it was dunkable. Why would you not do that? Why would you get? What are you gonna get a fork out and spread it on evenly? Fucking dunk it in.
Like just eating it gets you thinking like, probably shit. But then to make that leap to start dunking it in butter is.
This was the thought process because he gave me a thing. He goes, put some butter on it, dude. He really is like a fucking devil.
Enabler, yeah.
Yeah. And he gives me the. I love you for it. He gives me the tub, and there was only butter at the very bottom. It was almost empty.
Oh, good thing.
And I was like, well, it's more efficient if I just.
I woke up the other night at 3 in the morning, and there was pork ribs. from the barbecue place. Korean barbecue is my new thing now. Oh God, I can't stop going to Korean barbecues.
I like it, but is the fucking working for it and cooking your own meat?
Oh yeah, that's the thing you were talking about. Where you got to cook it at the table.
Yeah, I don't want to sit there and wait
by yourself.
Oh, they did it for you. They cooked it. I cooked it for you. I cooked the whole meal for you.
Yeah, I know that, but you're my friend. If I was by myself, who would have done it?
The lady does it. The lady does it for you.
Yeah, they make you eat it like you're actually in North Korea.
Yeah, you got to squat on the floor.
Yeah,
every time you're squatting like you're taking a shit, no matter what you're doing there. Reading, eating, fucking squat.
You want to eat?
Huh?
You want to eat?
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, we'll take a little break. We'll eat some food, and then we'll be back with the lovely and talented Joe DeRosa. And Bobby Kelly, and of course James Norton, and me.
I want to promote this morning, 10 o'clock, tickets for June 9th at the MGM Foxwoods Casino go on sale this morning. It's a June 9th show. Myself, Artie Lang, Nick DiPaolo, and David Tell on June 9th, 10 o'clock.
Can I say a promotion?
Yes.
I'm gonna be at Magooby's next week.
Oh,
yeah,
Baltimore,
exactly.
it's a good
gig. Yeah, Magooby's Comedy Club next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Magooby's.
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of shows for the next 2 weeks through the Southeast, starting this coming Tuesday in Asheville, North Carolina, hitting Atlanta.
What are you, Smokey and the Bandit?
That's bootlegging because he's thirsty. Dummy.
He took a gun across the state line. That kidnapping. That's man act.
It's the man act.
Missing.
Kidnapping or bank robbing is baby shit compared to what this dude's doing.
Nice ass. But Joe DeRosa,
where are you going to be, Joe?
I'm going to the Southeast these days.
Joe DeRosa.
I'm going to Greenville, North Carolina, to Atlanta, Georgia, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Pick up a truck of cores with Snowman.
Yeah. It ain't never been done before, hot shit. Visit JoeDeRosaComedy.com for details.
All over the Southeast. There you go. From Texarkana to...
The best line of that movie is when Burt Reynolds goes, "That's great sarcology. Why don't you try to say something mean about my mom next?" And
your mama
is so ugly.
The little midget guy?
Yeah, always.
It's the best part of the movie.
Although I like when he's in the car with Junior, no one makes Buford T. Justice look like a possum's pecker. And he goes, except for that, shut your ass.
Shut your ass.
He had an answer. Except for that,
shut your ass. Great fucking movie. All right, yeah, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Sirius XM. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
And the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. How many years ago? All right. Hey, sexy.
Hi, Anthony.
Hey, good morning. How many years ago did he die?
15 years ago.
15 years.
At the age of 24.
At the age of 20, but that's it?
That's it.
Yeah.
Damn, yo.
I love Biggie, man.
Biggie.
Biggie's good.
And
man.
it launched the career of P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Puff Daddy, as he was known. Puff Daddy made a whole career out of the fact that he was the flunky for the dead talented guy.
Jesus Christ.
And he did.
That's true.
He was the record label.
He was the flunky.
He produced
all
the
the
record.
songs.
I'm with Anthony.
All right, and then
Anthony's right.
And then he made a name for himself by doing that fucking Sting tribute
With the stupid
song.
dancing in a puddle.
Right.
Fucking aggravating. I
Now-
could have done that dance move.
And that put him over the
shit.
top.
But this is the thing.
people already
Everybody
knew who he was. Yeah.
Everybody was all
Not
like,
to
he was
the
a-
point of P. Diddy fame.
Well, I don't think.
And he never would have gotten that fame if he would have stayed with Biggie. If Biggie would have stayed alive.
That's not true.
Yes,
the guy's
it is.
produced hit after hit after
He
hit.
did this beat. You loved the beat.
He
Right?
didn't do this beat. He didn't do this beat.
You guys are
No, he didn't do
delusional.
this.
You're looking
He didn't make
the
this
world
beat up.
through brown-colored glasses.
You just said he just
It
said that
was-
like it's a fact. You don't even know that's a fact.
Look it
He-
up then.
I
You
swear.
do it.
This
It's my
beat-
job. You got a computer. Look it
You
up.
got a computer.
Use your fingers.
You got a computer.
This is a sample from a song called "Juicy" from the 1980s.
He sampled it, but it's still...
But he produced the song.
Right.
But here's the point. I think he's a little more than his lackey. I think I'm not a
was
big
his
Puff
flunky.
Daddy
You gotta
fan.
be careful though. You can't sing Biggie songs on planes.
No.
Now you know, nigga, you can't do that.
Oh well. No.
I've
Why
actually
just planes?
I've actually done
Yeah,
that.
why?
I just be on a plane and be like, no, nigga, and then you look around like, oh shit.
Why can't you? You obviously bought 2 seats.
God, gee.
See, the guy next to you wouldn't be there.
Or, what do you want me to laugh at it?
What?
What do you want me to fucking join in on the fun, you thin cunt?
He really hit it with a Mr. Roper delivery too.
He did, too.
Why not?
Yeah,
Joe doesn't like my delivery on anything.
You did
You should look
everything
at
but roll
Sam.
your sleeves up before you said that.
You should have looked at Sam and then turned to me slowly like the fourth wall was broken.
And away we go.
Why not? You bought 2 seats.
Hardy, har, har.
Yeah. Take the slush and cut off. God. All right.
I jailbroke my phone and it's awesome.
Why do you do that in this day and age?
Look at that.
Let me see. What's the cool thing?
that?
All right, so you
I
got
get
the
to
little
all my favorite apps
spirally thing.
right, from anywhere, and all my stuff is right on the front screen
boom,
now.
like that, dude. You
All
open
my-
up, you tap it, your
Boom!
apps.
And then look at this. Boom. It's a flashlight automatically. I don't even have to fucking do nothing.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool when you jailbreak it.
Yes, fucking check this out. It's a flashlight.
Oh, wow.
And now
Can I
I
see
can
any
do
of
this too, which is awesome. I can put attachments in my mail now. Like photos, more than one.
Yeah, I like that.
So more than one photo, video, whatever I want, I can attach to an email now. And it has that little paper clip.
They should do that. Yeah.
Can I see the neat things? Because you faced it that way. I couldn't see any of the stuff.
That'd be cool.
So when
Yeah,
you
let me-
I just wanna
jailbreak
see
it,
what it
Hang
does.
on, let me involve Joe into
wait,
this.
when you jailbreak
No, you
it,
wait. Joe needs to see.
when you jailbreak it, how do you make it go back to regular?
You hit the button regular. It has a regular button.
Oh, that's good.
You hit the button and it's regular.
No,
See, right here.
I don't.
But so you couldn't
like
upgrade to
jailbreaking
5.1
No.
then.
Yeah,
It
you can.
does-
You just unfucking jailbreak it.
And then you
Bobby-
gotta jailbreak it again.
Nobody,
Ooh, it takes 4 seconds.
nobody can make swiping in one direction sound like more tedious and exhausting than Bobby. You'd be like, "Why'd you get that new iPad?" Because, dude, you can swipe like this, dude. Swiping like this stinks.
Yeah.
Up and down all day. Ugh, go fuck yourself. Now I could go horizontal or vertical.
I'm
I can zip shit,
swiping.
too.
I got my coffee. I
You
can
know-
zip shit.
You know what's a fucking great app for the phone is, and this you don't have to jailbreak it for the turbo scan. Because now you can take a photo. You don't have to sign something like a document and send it back, and you just take a picture of it, sign it on your iPhone, and then send it back.
Yeah,
and it
that's
makes it a
pretty good.
PDF
Good work.
file.
That is
turbo
pretty
scan is
goddamn
fucking
good.
Yeah, but how do you get the whole thing in the photo without you get half your desk in the picture?
No, you don't. You fucking. It has a crop button. You
Oh,
fucking.
Jesus.
You
Oh, okay.
loon. Settle
Your
down.
desk in the
There's an apple juice and a banana in the photo, and I gotta send this back to NBC.
I got to send this to my lawyer. I didn't touch that boy.
There's a bloody hand with a pinky missing.
That would be funny, like little things you can put in the
Yeah,
picture
it
with
was
your
funny.
contract. Picture of 2 men sucking each other's cocks. Send.
Just a silhouette of two dudes putting their cock heads together.
Or just the top 1/8 of an inch of your cock head, so you kind of know what it is.
What is that? It looks like a cockhead.
It's got a zit on it.
In the contract.
Why can't? Yeah, you can't get zits on a dick.
That's like the 2 cocks would be Jim's like wax stamp, like they used to have in the old days
To certify that it was Jim. Yeah. 2 crossed dicks. That's a
pretty
sword
cool.
fight. That's
Yeah.
his crest.
I got my Twitter right on the front now too.
I'm
Right,
I
with
like
your
it.
jailbroke phone.
All right, then with the kid, with the
Jesus.
things.
Nah, but this is what it's like with him, and I'll see him at the seller tomorrow. I'll be like, you know what, dude? You get the app, and you put the app, and look right at the front.
And here's what it's like with you guys. Guys, 6 months later, I jailbroke my phone. It's the best thing ever. Me too, Anthony.
right,
We should
Bobby.
blah, blah, blah.
I don't jailbreak
You guys
my
were talking
phone.
about stuff this morning that I told you, that shit with the fucking animation stuff.
I know.
I talked about that on the
Augmented
show.
reality?
Fucking 5 years ago, I talked about that.
Stop it.
Rewind the tapes.
5 years.
the
You
tapes.
did 5 years
I
ago.
swear to God.
Maybe you were speculating, as we
I
all
know,
do,
it-
about the future.
That
but
shit's been out for a long time. Not on phones, but on your computer. You print out the paper and you hold it up to the computer and
to what on the computer?
the fucking game.
And Bob has
I turn Italian when I get nervous.
Hey, Bob has a phone
non
case.
paletano molto bene.
Bob's phone case on the back
sorry.
has like a little area for
It's
your
got a little
fucking
wallet-like thing.
But he shows this off
like it's the fucking wheel. He's like, look at this, dude. You put your Metro card, your credit card, and then it turns it back to the phone and then back again. You put all these cards in here.
You go like this.
So when you lose your phone, you lose everything.
Exactly.
No, other way around. My father once told me is when you have something important attached to your house keys, you won't lose it because it means something to you.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
I agree with that. You know, Anthony,
Did he
we're
say
not.
that before he fucking balled up his fist?
Not that father. The third one.
Yes, Joe.
Yeah, we're not all highfalutin, big time rollers like you are. Some of us need to hang on to our wallets.
Yeah.
Well, Norton, a man of my means can afford every luxury.
Yeah, you don't have a wallet. You have a guy that holds your money. Fucking butler cunt.
Here's a lieutenant with a gun holding a bag of cash.
Fucking the douchiest thing, fucking Kubia, I've ever seen him do. We were in a bar the other week, and he gets up to leave, and I go, he goes, let me. Where I was like, whatever. The fucking check came, and he gets up and he goes, I got it. And I go, no, and he goes, I got it. I go, no. He tosses $100 bill at me. He goes, take it, dude. I got tons of those.
He really is just an ass.
No, because I hate the argument of, no, I got it. So I'd rather just say something dumb that just stops the stupid argument.
Right.
Yeah, and then you did take the bullet after.
Bill, I'll take the check. Okay, Ralph. I'm not. I don't have the money. I'm a bus driver.
Well, I tell you what, though. I mean, Norton has some cash too, but Norton's very generous. You go out with Norton. I mean, he literally he take you really nice places and just picks up the tab, no problem.
That's how you should be.
That's very nice.
You got a few extra bucks with your friends. You just you spend.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's the way I do it.
That's right. Guys, in 20 years, I'd like to take you all out.
All right.
When I reach that point, I'd like to take all of you out.
Joe's very generous, though, when he goes out to a bar and shit. You're always,
I like to buy some drinks for my friends.
All I know is he fucking spills drinks on my iPhones with those long fingers when he's trying to make a point.
I pestered him for months to come hang out at a bar with me. I'm like, just come fucking hang out with me at a bar. Who cares if you don't? Just come hang. And he's going, fine, dude, I'll fucking go. Me and Bill Schultz go to a bar. Me and Schultz.
Not a bar. It's like a bar from 1978 New York. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a dude with an afro and a pick outside. It's like, yo, man, what's the code word?
Yeah.
You fucking going to this stupid bar.
Jeff Goldblum was arm wrestling a guy in the corner. And he's there 10 fucking minutes. I'm shit-faced. I hit my beer by accident. It spills all over his iPhone.
Oh, shit.
The Republican Party.
Bars fun.
I was like, I literally was like, okay, all right, bye. All right, guys, I got to go.
It's really got to suck, though, being with drunk people at a bar, because they are just knocking shit over and talking loudly about shit you couldn't care about.
It's just awful. But what about, you're like, I'm not interested in anything.
Everyone becomes very adamant about what they're saying, and you're you're not drunk, so it stinks. Well, I remember that one.
But then they get offended. They get offended. That's what. I don't mind being there. Just don't stop getting offended and sensitive, dude. You all right? I'm fine.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know you're not drinking, but you good?
Oh, I would
Shut
never
up.
ask that.
Listen, I don't.
Cares.
Am I being too loud? No, just shut your fucking face.
Jimmy's right, though, with that whole, dude, it's fucking, they're playing politics on and just inane arguments that have no point, that go round and round with no real knowledge or shit behind it.
High school fucking thinking.
Yeah,
the government, dude, they're all,
you ought to bomb that place into the Stone Age, make it a parking lot for oh, God,
Yes.
how do you people
And this place,
sit
too.
through that?
This place, too, with us in it. You fucking bore.
I've been sober for 26 years. I'm sober 26 years. Now I'm home with my iPhone and a bag of brown rice because you're a fucking asshole. Long fingers.
It's not just, it really, I guess it really isn't for you guys just about the addiction and not drinking and either health or your mental state when you did drink. It's just not being around those assholes.
Well,
and by
can I just
those,
say
I
that-
mean me.
Yeah, but you're not an asshole. Joe's actually a good drunk. He's a funny drunk.
Joe's
He's
fun.
not.
Yeah,
Joe,
Joe's
you
fun.
guys are fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I drank, I was a fucking asshole.
You're a fucking asshole sober.
That's what I'm saying.
You fucking bully. Yeah, damn right. You win. You win.
Jimmy has me down, though, man. He just says, I get very loud, and I repeat myself over and over again with stories and things.
Yeah.
But it's always with my eyes at half mast and a full smile.
It's like being in the pool with Billy Bats. I'm gonna get what's coming to me. All right, we know, Ants. I know. I heard you in the fucking in the jacuzzi when you said, "I did my fucking time."
Yeah. You look over, he's just smiling. He's holding one bullet. You're like, what the fuck? Where'd he get that?
Yeah, let's do karaoke. Let's do karaoke!
Yeah, motherfucker! Oh, you're right. I am very boisterous.
It's great. It's
I'm a
fucking
loud drunk.
But Ant's not an annoying drunk. He's a fun
No,
drunk.
not
it's
at
a
all.
blast.
Not
I
at
like
all.
having fun.
There's people that are annoying drunks is when they come over and they just start talking to you and they just stay and they won't get the hint and they just keep yapping and then they get sensitive. I hate sensitive drunks.
Right.
They fucking suck.
What's the matter? What am I? Am I annoying you? What am I annoying? No, dude, it's cool. It's cool. You gotta have me on the show, man. You gotta have me on.
Oh no!
Shut the fuck up.
No.
The worst.
Oh God.
The
I
fucking
know.
worst.
And
It's
that's
like
E-Rock.
It's like my father used to say, just fucking, you do it or you don't do. When they start doing all those fucking philosophy. I'll tell you, bro, I'm fucking. This is a great drunk one. That comics get. I'll tell you, bro, I'm fucking hilarious, dude. You know what I mean? I thought about getting up there and, dude, you haven't. Get the fuck out of my face.
I could do that and shit. I got material.
But I got a family. Oh, God.
No, dude, am I bugging you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bug you, man. No,
And then they turn away and say something like, "You're bugging the big comedian."
Yes.
Like then it's got to be that.
You know what drives me nuts when you're taking a picture of people and they go like, they'll say like, "Hey, I'm not gay or anything." I know I'm not accusing you of homosexuality because we're taking a photo. You awkward fucking dummy. Shut up.
Did you hear about the gay fighter in the UFC?
What?
You hear about that?
Best be right.
He just hits them with like this. Hi.
No,
He does the gay slap.
He's actually.
He hits them with his purse like Ruth Buzzy.
He's actually.
UFC. Uncut fucking cock.
He did gay porn. But he's a badass. He's a good fighter. He's There's nothing worse than that. A guy can kick your ass. Just get down there and suck it. Wait, I'm the alpha.
What do you mean there's nothing worse than that? That's your fantasy. It's not gay. He's forcing me. Bob can't come without fingerprints in his head.
I sent Jimmy a picture of my underwear. I had a night emission.
What?
I had a night emission.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I came in my pants. I was sleeping, and I had a full,
those are great.
a full-fledged
Yeah.
orgasm in my dream. Like I came in my dream, and I woke up, and
What
my
food
pants
product
were
were you dreaming of?
donuts. Donuts
Jimmy was
dipped
working
in
on-
chocolate.
Damn, sorry, Jim.
That's funny.
I might have the pictures. Do you still have it?
No.
I think I do.
No, don't. Well, we don't have to fucking show people my
Why would
jizz.
I? It's your
Your
fucking
jizz-stained
Why are you
underwear.
going to show my room full of guys my
Wet
jizz
dreams are
panties?
always great. It's like, oh man,
I haven't
it's
had
so
one.
rare though. Yeah, they're very rare.
It was fucking amazing. I was fooling around with this chick, and then we went to go do it, and she got on her belly, and I pulled her pants down and put it in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like with the pants were still on, and I put it.
Isn't it amazing that the feeling is exactly the same in a dream as it is in real life? Like you literally get that feeling. Your mind fucking makes it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It was crazy. I woke up with like just warm Jello in my pants.
Oh shit!
And I was like, oh my God. I thought a little bit, you know what I mean? Like I've done that where there's a little remnants of some pre-sem.
Yeah.
Right.
But this was a full on.
I'm trying to find the picture of your
fucking
underwear.
load.
Wow. I did a thing where I didn't watch porn for like a month. And I was reading up on it online, and there were guys that like went.
Were you in a coma? 'Cause that's the only thing that-
I had to stop watching it for a little while. I was really approaching fucking Jake the Snake territory.
Oh, jeez.
If you ever saw that documentary where he's like, you got two chicks in the corner peeing on each other, can't get up for your wife no more. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. So, but I was reading up on stuff online, and there were guys saying like they cut out porn completely, and after like maybe 3 months, they started to have wet dreams again and stuff.
Oh,
I never had one.
Because they cut down masturbation.
It was the most amazing thing I wish I could do it at will. I wish I could do it again. It was unbelievable.
I'll find the picture. Of your
it would be nice to
I
do it.
just came home from doing radio. I was in Vegas. I was up all night, did radio, came home, took a shower, shaved. I put on brand new, fresh underwear right out of the package. And I went to bed, and then I woke up, and they were just ruined. It looked like, when you go in the salt water with something cotton on, and then like around where the wet is, it's just like white, salty.
It like wicks in all the solid particles.
Yeah.
Go out to the edges of the wet stain. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Hey, I never knew why a stain did that.
Science.
It's fucking Kumia. The fucking, hey, you must be watching that new show about the fucking end of the world motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, doomsday people, the preppers.
Yeah,
I've seen that. I like how they show it, but then they give them a little test at the end. They give them a little assessment of how well they're doing.
Yeah,
and some people are just armed to the teeth and fucking, they have some food, but the guns are the big thing. And then I saw this one where they had a family and they were growing food, and it was very communal. And they're like, well, we don't have weapons because that's not what we're about. We think we could get everything we need through love and mutual understanding and the community. And all I'm thinking is fucking like the Road Warrior guys rolling up on them, just shooting, raping, and taking everything they have.
And they're not taking into account mental illness. There are crazy people out there that can't be negotiated with because they're nuts.
And in that environment where it would be like a, kill or be killed, you're either going to starve or take someone's food, you're done for.
But you take away electricity. I remember when New York had that power outage.
Yeah.
Remember? We were in the same building.
I was with a girl. We were buying her birthday gifts in Macy's.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the power went out, so I didn't have to pay for her gifts.
Oh, nice.
We walked back to my house. And we
You just walked out with the stuff?
No, we just left it on the thing.
Oh,
Her
okay.
birthday
But
gifts.
one day without power, there was no cops to direct traffic. People were just blowing lights, almost killing people.
Yeah.
Civilians were trying to direct traffic.
Yeah, they're
and
so
then
good at that.
As soon as the sun went down, there was no street lights. And when there's no, you forget that the city lights. To be able to see walking down the street, if there's no electricity, it's the fucking woods. It's the fucking woods of New Hampshire. We're walking up the street. There's a barrel on fire. A guy came up behind me and my wife and went, "Ugh," and you couldn't see him. You couldn't see him. The people that were in their element were the homeless people. They were like,
used
fuck
to
it.
it.
They were walking around grabbing chicks' asses and tits and molesting chicks. All this fucked up shit was in one day. If we didn't get that power on, it would have been fucking a wrap.
My car was available because I was parked we were in the same building on 43rd Street. And my car was in a place where they could just back it out. They didn't have to lower it. I was very lucky.
Oh,
So I went for a ride around the city like that. It was cool.
It's pretty
Carlos.
creepy, and you do realize,
Carlos,
like,
Billy fucking Carlos speaking. Yeah, Carlos, can I get my what time? What time?
What time?
7. Okay.
Oh, Frank's car was better?
You remember that guy who worked at night shift at that fucking place?
That stole your
fucking,
shit?
No, that was the day shift guy. That scumbag. This other guy, remember the guy who would never smile or say hello? That fucking, third world fucking guy who should be in the back of a pickup with a machine gun. He was a fucking late night parking attendant who Bob and I hated.
We both had our cars in the building.
Yeah.
But Carlos was the shit. And bit of fucking Carlos picking me up.
We are very close to just complete anarchy at some point. When there's no electricity, if it lasted for a while, and it was just not just like one city. One city's bad enough, but imagine an entire breakdown of the system and in the whole country or the world.
Yeah. Katrina, they were shooting at cops, stealing. They were just when that shit happened, they just said fuck
They were
it.
doing it before the hurricane.
Yeah, exactly. You act like that was Bev Hill.
No,
Bev Hill.
but they were they
Jimmy.
were shooting at cops, taking whatever the fuck they
Oh
wanted.
yeah, the cops were looting.
I couldn't imagine New York City without electricity for a week.
New York City has gotten away from the 70s New York City, where there's this veneer of politeness and this little thin layer of we're a great city, it's safe now, and we got that. But man, you take away those fucking Times Square lights and stop the subways and shit like that. Johnny. That shit will peel off, and the ugly New York will come out.
Carlin on his second to last special did a really good bit about like what it would take for everything to collapse, and he goes, all we would have to do is lose electricity.
Yeah.
And he gets really into like exactly what would happen, and he's
the
like
timeline. Yeah,
and he
Just
talks
laughing
about
because Joe doesn't have real life experiences. He has TV and movie experiences.
Does anybody have real life experience about the end of the world?
I was there. The lights went out. And they were giving away free ice cream at all the bodegas.
I was in
Yes, I
Alabama.
did.
That's what you remember from that experience.
ice cream.
And you do too. You were right next to me.
Oh,
okay.
Remember the ice cream?
I do.
We were very happy.
Yay, pudding.
The most fascinating part about it is he talks about the jails and how all the prison cells are electronically they're controlled. The doors are controlled electronically. He's like, so if power went down, actually went down, the fucking cells would all open up.
Oh, they gotta have some backup.
And he talked about like everybody that would come out of the jails, and he's like, and he just is listing everybody, and he's like, and these are just the ones we caught, by the way. Like everybody else is still out there roaming around.
That actually wouldn't happen. They're on generators. They have a lot of backup.
He's saying if we permanently lost,
right.
yeah, like forever, like if electricity went down forever, the end of the world would occur within like 3 months. Or
We're
something
having
like
solar flares now. Crazy ass fucking solar flares are going on.
I told you that would happen.
Don't ever point at me.
that. Dude, 5 years ago,
Exactly.
I said
We
it.
got
the solar flare. I got an app for it.
The sun app.
We have the solar flares, and I don't remember snow this winter. Do you?
No,
no, that we had that one storm like on Halloween.
I'm wearing a hoodie
And then
today all the way over here. What
and
the
then
fuck?
It's, it's been nice. No snow. No real
but
cold
I
spells.
keep a chunk of cash.
Yeah.
I got a fat chunk of cash, and I got a game plan. And because when that electricity went out, I got into a fight with Dawn because that was after September 11th. And I was like, if anything happens, you get the fuck wherever you are, get up the highway, and meet me at the house. That's what we do. We meet at the house, no matter what. This fucking broad went out for margaritas. I call her up. I'm like, it's like hours after the electricity went out. It's just about to get dark out. I go, where the fuck are you? We're downtown having margaritas. Everybody's. I was like, get the fuck out of. You fucking walk up the West Side Highway and meet me at the fucking corner. Took her like 2 hours.
She was just having a little fun.
As soon as, because there was no cabs. As soon as the lights went out, girls were starting to get attacked by people and all that. Yeah, you couldn't see in front of your face.
I heard it was a great time.
It wasn't
for alcoholics. It was.
There was a weird sense of people helping each other out, but again, by day 3, it would have been. It was like, how long was it? 24 hours or a little more?
24 hours. Around 24 hours.
And you started to think, like, as I was looking up, because I was up on a 22nd floor, and it was in Jersey too. I was like, you start to think like it's not coming back. Like you forget.
Oh
oh my God, I'm not going to get it back.
The people on the 38th floor, if we didn't get it back, you're going to have to walk 30. Your apartment, your penthouse. You're the only one. I'm on the 5th. I can manage that.
There's no fucking elevator going to take you up that high. Right?
I was on the 22nd floor, and I would just walk. It was fucking awful.
Oh,
there was people in the stairwell going because they didn't have flashlights. And people would go up with. I had a candle. They'd be like, "What floor are you going to? Do you mind walking me? I'm on the 28th." I'm like, "I'm on the 5th. I'll walk you up 5." And they'd walk up 5.
Yourself.
And they just keep going because you couldn't see in the hallways. Now, all the buildings in New York, because of that outage, they have those strips.
Yeah,
But
emergency lighting.
Yeah, that's one day. It's done.
Yeah, after once the battery goes out.
I'm stealing a fucking moped, and I'm going right to your house.
Yes, a lot of people are going to be coming up by my house, and I'll be picking them off from my window.
I went to Ann's
can't
house.
share.
I went to Ann's house during the blackout, the most recent one, and he had like little lights set up in the house,
generators
but
running
we had
out
to
back.
power back first.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That would suck to make it all the way to Aunt's house on a Vespa, and then you just take me out.
Oh, man. It's like,
Oops.
well, sorry, Bobby. I don't got enough food and shelter and everything else.
I just wake up. I'm half alive, half dead. Someone's giving me CPR. You're going, it's Bobby. No one's going, fuck him. Who gives a fuck?
Exactly. I'll just be looking at the crying Vespa.
He'd be
hilarious.
He'd be looking at the food. There's not enough food. Fuck him.
Everybody would show up like it was one of your parties. And I brought water purifying tablets.
I'd be going, karaoke! Woo! Yeah, motherfucker! The thought of having a complete breakdown like that, and having to get shelter and food and stuff, people always speculate. They're like, oh, what would you do? What do you need? What do you got in your go bag and shit like that? It's like, I really think that guns kind of win. You know, hey, I'm hungry.
Not right
They
away.
have food and no guns.
Not right away.
I will take their food.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but not right away. That would for it to break
No,
down.
not day one.
Yeah, I mean, it would take a while for that to
Day
happen.
one, you start pulling out guns, the lights come back on, you're arrested.
And then you realize someone just turned the lights off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all it was?
You blew a fuse, you're shooting the neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. Raping their children. It's not the end of the world. What are you doing?
No, it's Thursday.
It wasn't a solar flare.
Yeah.
The building got fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. They just unplugged it. There was a sign in the lobby.
It's the end of the world.
Off my wife.
You kicked your fan out, stupid.
You have a plan though now with your.
I got a plan. We get cash ready to go. I mean,
But
What
by
good
the
is
way, now I
cash
know what I'm looking for next time I'm at Bobby's.
Yeah, that fucking
Bob, I
load
gotta
of
go
cash.
to I'm in the bathroom for an hour and a half. I'll be right up.
He probably has some awful hiding spot, like the inside of a shoe that he thinks nobody will
no
look
one's
in.
gonna look there.
Nobody will look in the shoe. It's a clog.
There's a wallet. Forget it, I got nothing.
And you don't have like a go bag or anything.
I have a couple weapons. I got a couple weapons. I got
What
a
kind of
knife.
weapon? Okay.
I got a well. That's not even a weapon. The knife is to actually
Cut the
fucking
cheese
survive
and-
and make a lean-to.
lean-to. You need a lean 8. See, it's big.
I actually loved it. I had to
sorry,
try not to
Bobby.
laugh.
What's the lean-to?
Oh my!
I don't know what it
You
is.
know who's gonna die?
He's so dead. I was just thinking the same
He's
thing.
fucking dead.
You're
He's gonna
really-
suck cock in the park.
Yeah.
Well,
They
even once
find
the lights
Jimmy
come on,
rolled
I'll
up dead in the fetal position in front of the comedy cellar.
God damn it!
Both of these fucking idiots are dead.
Yeah.
They're both dead. Both of them fucking.
No, I would just hook up with smart people and fucking hang out with them, make them laugh.
Yeah.
Give me some water.
do Beatles
Listen.
songs interpretation.
Yeah, dancing.
Listen, Meg Ryan Chin and this fucking asshole. Fucking as soon as it's done.
If you have to ask what's a lean-to, that's kind of that's
I don't know
I'll
what it
get
is.
in.
I know
Know that.
how to make fire out of my own piss.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will get into Anthony's bass before you will, because I will go in and get shit-faced with this man
That's true.
and have a good
Well,
time
here's the
with
thing.
him.
Here's the thing.
We gotta drown our
I'll
sorrows.
have my own base. I'll be gone. And when Anthony fucking finally loses it and he gets that fucking crazy king disease where he just starts killing his own people,
like Colonel Kurtz.
yeah, you'll be fucking dead.
Joe DeRosa's head rolls into your lap.
I just wanted to see what it would look like off his body.
Spikes in front
Weird,
of my
right?
house.
How do you get it back on? I can't get it back
Oh,
on.
that doesn't go back
King
on.
disease.
Oh, that's right. See, I got one of I got this on my little keychain thing that I got.
What is
You know
that?
what that is? That makes fire.
Yeah, fire. Yeah, fire.
Yeah, you pick shavings of this, and then you strike it on the flint, because fire.
How do you get shavings of it?
You take a knife. It's very soft metal.
Yeah.
And you scrape it with a knife and go, and it makes little shavings.
Sparks.
And then when you make a spark on it, it
And
goes.
kindling.
It's like 2,000 degrees.
Yeah, you can make fire out of piss. You can put it in a bag as long as you're not dehydrated. If it's
Like
if
an
it's not
ammonia?
yellow, put it in a bag. Let the sun hit it. The sun goes through, makes the magnifying glass, and you can point it into some kindling.
That
and
sounds
it'll-
like a lot tougher.
Who's got a,
If you
who's got a
6
clear
hours.
bag with them at
The
all
other thing,
times?
if I was tie, you can find one. But if we had Norton, he tried to fucking drink it.
Just pour it over my face.
Did you
Nobody's gonna wanna-
Did you drink the fire again, Norton?
Yeah, at least I ain't pissing on my pants or something.
Oh God, Chip.
So what else can you do? with
Yeah,
things?
that's pretty good.
I have two weapons. I have a knife.
Knife?
And,
What's a lean-to?
I have a lean-to is it's a shelter.
Yeah.
So you get
It's
two-
like it's just a flat surface
Oh, yeah.
that goes on an
I mean,
angle.
yeah, okay,
and
I
you
didn't know
sleep
the name.
under
I know
it.
what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do you-
Oh, Jim's angry.
I was
Oh, Jim's angry.
I was surprised Jim wouldn't do it.
Why?
He never does
Jim,
that.
he doesn't
he
get
never does
He wouldn't
that.
do anything like
No,
that? I'm in the bathroom for
Fuck my internet. Stupid.
Oh, Jim's angry.
I was surprised
I better
Jim
sniff those
wouldn't.